My wife said we should split everything since we both make good money, but she wasn't laughing when I took her literally. I've been married to Lisa for 5 years. I'm an engineer making $78,000. She's a nurse practitioner making $82,000. We've always pulled our money together into joint accounts. Last month, Lisa comes home from her girls' night all excited. Babe, Sarah and Jen both have separate finances with their husbands. We're both doing so well financially. What if we each just handle our own expenses? More independence, you know? We're modern. Honestly, it sounded reasonable. We're both adults making decent money. Why not? Sure. Let's split everything 50-50. Rent, utilities, groceries, insurance, everything. She seemed a bit surprised by how specific I was getting. Well, I meant more like we each pay for our own stuff. You handle the bills you want, I handle mine. More flexible red flag. But I agreed anyway. Maybe she had a point about flexibility. So the next day, I sat down with our budget and divided everything perfectly down the middle. Rent, $400 each. Utilities, $150 each. Internet, $50 each. Groceries, $400 each. Insurance, $200 each. Car payments, gas, personal expenses, all separate. I made a nice little spreadsheet and showed her. She said, wow, okay, very thorough, but seemed a little overwhelmed. Here's what I didn't expect. Lisa is absolutely terrible with money. Always has been. I just never noticed because I've been handling all our finances for 5 years. She never had to budget or track expenses. Week 2. Hey babe, can you cover utilities this month? I bought this amazing Korean skincare set that was on sale. I'll pay you back next week, week 3. My half of rent is going to be a few days late. Had to get my car detailed and got those highlights I've been wanting. You don't mind covering me, right? Week 4. Can you grab groceries this week? I'm a little short until payday. Work has been so stressful. I deserve that shopping trip I started keeping track of every loan in my phone, just out of curiosity. Meanwhile, I'm actually thriving without her impulse purchases draining our joint account. I'm investing my leftover money, started putting $800 a month into index funds, something I never could do before because money would just disappear. Month 2. She owes me $1,500 in temporary loans. Rent, utilities, groceries, even her portion of our anniversary dinner at that expensive steakhouse she insisted on trying. It's just temporary, babe. Once I get my spending under control and figure out this whole budgeting thing, but it's actually getting worse instead of better. She's buying $150 Lululemon sets, 3 different subscription boxes, constantly eating out for lunch instead of packing like she used to, getting her nails done every 2 weeks at $80 a pop. She makes $4,000 more per year than me, but somehow always comes up completely short. Month 3. She's sitting at our kitchen table at 11 p.m., crying actual tears because her credit card is maxed out at $4,000. She can't make her $320 car payment that's due tomorrow, and according to my phone notes, she owes me exactly $3,400 total. I don't understand how this happened. I make good money. I should have way more left over than you do. I pulled out my phone and opened my investment app. Turned the screen toward her. About $2,400 built up in just 3 months, even while covering most of your expenses and maintaining my own lifestyle. This is absolutely crazy, she said, staring at the screen like it was displaying alien hieroglyphics. You're like actually wealthy now. How are you saving this much money while I'm completely drowning financially? I make $4,000 more than you per year. Well, babe, separate finances really worked out amazingly. Turns out I was always the financially responsible one in this relationship. I just never got the chance to prove it before because we pooled everything together. Her face went through about 5 different emotions in rapid succession. Confusion, slow realization, deep embarrassment, and building anger. This isn't what I meant at all. I thought we'd both just have more freedom to buy what we wanted. I didn't think you'd actually track every single expense and make detailed spreadsheets like some kind of accountant. You specifically said modern and independent, right? Financial freedom. She stared at me for a long, uncomfortable moment, then looked down at her maxed out credit card statement sitting on the table. I think I made a huge mistake here. I'm not good at this money stuff. I never was good at it. You always made budgeting and saving look so effortless and easy. So what do you want to do about it? Can we please go back to the old way? I clearly can't handle being financially independent. Turns out financial independence only works when you're actually financially responsible.
I caught my neighbor stealing boxes, so I filled one with crickets. She'd been taking them for months. My Ring camera caught her grabbing boxes after delivery, but police said they couldn't do anything without proof. They just told me to get a P.O. box. I was done being nice after she stole my mom's gift. I ordered 2 boxes. One had the real gift. The other, I went to the pet store and bought 100 crickets meant for feeding lizards. The guy asked if I had a big lizard. I just smiled. I put the real box in my backyard. The cricket box? Right on my front porch, wrapped with a fake designer logo. I added those fancy ribbons expensive stores use. Then I waited, watching my Ring camera like my favorite TV show. She took the bait in under an hour. I watched her speed walk to her house, that logo making her eyes light up. My camera caught the exact moment she opened it inside her garage. She probably thought she hit the jackpot until that box exploded with crickets. The screaming started instantly. Her garage door flew open and she ran out dancing, crickets jumping everywhere. They got into her house through the open door. The best part? Crickets are impossible to catch, and they chirp all night long. She tried everything. Bug spray, pest control, sonic devices. Nothing worked. The crickets found their home. The chirping drove her crazy for 2 weeks. She moved out after that. The new neighbors, sweetest family ever. They bring my boxes to my door. Sometimes karma comes with 6 legs and a loud chirp. Was there a time when you warned everybody no one listened and something bad happened? Every night at 3 a.m. this guy would come into our 24-hour diner near the college dorms. Always sat at the same window table. Always ordered black coffee. Never touched his phone. Just watched the dorm entrance for hours. Something felt wrong. His clothes were worn and dirty, but he wore this pristine gold watch that looked worth thousands. When drunk students came in, he'd get tense, especially when girls walked past. He'd type something and watch them through the window. I told campus security. Just another night owl getting coffee. Went to my manager. Don't harass the customers. Called the cops. We can't arrest someone for sitting in a diner. Nobody cared about my videos of his weird behavior. Then one night, he left his phone on the table. I saw the screen. Official police surveillance software. My heart sank. I'd been suspicious of an undercover cop doing his job. For weeks, I felt horrible, but that feeling wouldn't go away. He'd adjust his watch whenever girls left alone. His police phone never made calls, and he always disappeared right before real campus police did their rounds. Last night, he wasn't at his usual spot. I saw him following a stumbling girl toward the dorm's back entrance. I almost stayed quiet. He was a cop, right? But I couldn't. I ran out screaming. When actual police tackled him, they found his backpack. Inside was the truth. Fake badges, zip ties, duct tape, hunting knives, that expensive watch stolen from a missing girl. His police phone had hundreds of stalking photos. He'd been hunting at colleges across 3 states. My best friend has autism, and people always thought he was weird, but he taught me what true friendship really means. vaccines. When we were in college, everyone avoided him because he never made eye contact and would only talk about space. They called him Robot Rick because he spoke in a monotone voice and didn't understand jokes. He would spend hours explaining black holes to anyone who'd listen. One day, I got really sick with the flu. Most of my regular friends stopped texting after saying get well soon. But Rick, he showed up at my door every single day for 2 weeks straight at 9 a.m. and 7 p.m. He had made a spreadsheet of the exact times to give me medicine, including backup options if I couldn't keep the first dose down. He brought soup he learned to make from YouTube tutorials, watching each video until perfect. When I was too weak to reach for water, he set up a system with straws and measured how much I was drinking. He didn't understand why people hug when they're sad, but he Googled how to comfort sick people and followed the instructions perfectly. That's when I realized he might not feel emotions the same way, but he cares more deeply than anyone I know. Today, Rick's a successful NASA engineer. At my wedding last month, he gave a speech that he practiced 147 times to get perfect. People cried happy tears when he said, "I don't naturally understand emotions, but I understand that my best friend needs me to be here today, so I learned how to give the perfect speech." Some people still call him weird, but to me, he's the most genuine friend anyone could ask for.